Hello friends, welcome to jQuery video tutorial series. In the previous video tutorial, we understood the jQuery syntax. In this video tutorial, I would like to discuss jQuery CSS method. We are going to take help of jQuery CSS method to understand all jQuery selectors. So, it is one of the important method to understand. jQuery CSS method is used to set one or more CSS styles to the selected HTML elements. jQuery CSS method is used to set one or more CSS styles or CSS properties to the selected HTML elements. It is also used to get the value of a specific CSS style or a property applied to the selected HTML elements. Let's understand the syntax for setting the single CSS style or a property. We have already seen this before. Now we understand a little bit more clearly. The syntax is quite simple. We write a dollar or we write jQuery. In pair of parentheses, we pass a selector. It can be a CSS selector or a JavaScript object. And then we put a dot. Then we call the CSS method. To this CSS method, we can pass one or more parameters. If I pass two parameters like this, a CSS property and value, it helps us to select any HTML element or elements targeted by the given selector and apply the given CSS property. It's quite simple. This syntax allows us to select any HTML element targeted by the selector and apply the given CSS property. For example, dollar or jQuery hash first p. We know that hash symbol indicates the CSS ID selector. Dot CSS background color red. What this code does, it selects any HTML element or elements whose ID attribute value is set to first p and applies the given CSS property background color red. Let's have a demonstration and understand. I minimize the word. I right click on default.html, open with the notepad. You can see that default.html is open in the notepad. It has the basic HTML document structure code written. Title is set to jQuery demo. We have already linked the jQuery file to our document. I minimize the notepad. I right click on default.html, open with the Google Chrome. You can see that default.html is open in the Chrome and title is set to jQuery demo. At present, nothing is in the body. So let me create some paragraphs here. I'm going to create a paragraph and the text is going to be paragraph text. I'm going to copy this line of code, paste twice, file, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see that the paragraph text got displayed 3 times. I go to customize button. I click on more tools, click on developer tools. You can see that the developer tools is open. In the elements, we can see the source code of the currently open page. We have 3 paragraphs. Let me set the unique ID to this first paragraph. So I go to notepad. Here I am going to give an ID of first p. Now this paragraph is uniquely identified in the page with an ID of first p. File, save, go to browser and refresh. You can see that first p ID is set to first paragraph. I go to console. We know that we take help of console to test the jQuery or JavaScript statements. Here I am going to tell to the jQuery. I can use the jQuery word or I can simply say dollar, right? And I tell to the jQuery that locate any HTML element in this page which has an ID of first p. To that, you need to apply a CSS property. You can see that we are calling a CSS function, and here I am going to say background dash color should be red. If I hit enter, you can see that the jQuery has selected the paragraph which has an ID of first p, and to that element it has applied the background color red. You can see that. If we want, we can apply some other CSS styles also. Here I am just focusing on how you can set a single CSS property or a style on a selected HTML elements. We can also set multiple styles. So this is a syntax for setting multiple CSS styles or properties. To set multiple CSS styles or properties, we write the dollar and in pair of parentheses we write a selector and we call a CSS function as it is, but this time we pass set of CSS properties, not a single CSS property. We pass here multiple CSS properties. We write in flower brackets. You can see we have here flower brackets, we write CSS property 1 colon value 1 comma CSS property 2 colon value 2 comma and so on. We can pass multiple CSS styles. What this syntax helps us to do? It helps us to select any HTML element or elements targeted by the given selector and apply the given set of CSS properties. For example, $#first_p CSS background color red, text color white. What this code does? It selects any HTML element or elements whose ID attribute value is set to first p and applies the CSS properties background color red, text color white. We know that hash indicates the ID selector in CSS. Okay, let's have a demonstration and understand. This time I tell to the jQuery that jQuery locate any HTML element whose ID is set to first p and set these set of CSS styles. Here we are going to pass in flower brackets background color colon red, then comma double quotations comma double quotations. Next the text color should be white. We pass a set of CSS properties. You can see that we have a property and value, property and value. If I hit enter, you can see that to a paragraph which has an ID of first p, it has set the background color red and the text color is white. You can very clearly see that. We can set multiple CSS properties or styles to the selected HTML elements. I hope you guys are understanding how to set a single CSS property or a style, or how to set multiple CSS styles or properties. In flower brackets we have to pass multiple CSS properties. Let me give one more example. So I say here $, I tell to the jQuery to locate any HTML element whose ID is first p and set the CSS background color red, or let's take the background color is green and the text color is white, and comma double quotations colon double quotations. Here I give the border of 2px solid black, and if I hit enter, you can see that a paragraph which has an ID of first p has a background color green, text color white, and the border 2px solid black. That is how you apply a single CSS style or multiple CSS styles on selected HTML elements. We can also use the CSS method to get the value of a specific CSS style or a property. This is a syntax. We write $selector.css, we pass just a CSS property, only one value. If we pass a CSS property, this syntax helps us to select any HTML element targeted by the given selector and return the value of a given CSS property. It returns the value of a given CSS property. For example, if we say $#first_p CSS background color, it selects any HTML element or elements whose ID attribute value is set to first p and returns the value of background color CSS property. Let's have a demonstration. Here I say $ or jQuery select HTML element whose ID is set to first p and return the value of the CSS property background color bracket close semicolon. If I hit enter, you can see that it is showing RGB 01280. So this is a green color is set to this HTML element. I hope you guys are understanding how we can get the value. Let's see the value of this color property. So for example, I can say here $ and I say $#first_p return the value of the text color. Hit enter. You can see that it is returning RGB 255 255 255. That is the white color value. Red is 255, green is 255, and blue is 255. If we have the red, green, blue value 255, that indicates the white color in CSS. We can get the border also. So for example, I say again $ in double quotations, I pass $#first_p and I say this time instead of color I say border and I hit enter. You can see that it is telling the border is 2px solid. It is a black color, so black color RGB is 000, red 0, green 0, blue 0 means black color in CSS. That is how we can set and get the CSS properties using the CSS method. Unfortunately, The current implementation of CSS method in jQuery allows us to set multiple CSS properties or one or more CSS properties to the selected HTML elements, but only allows us to get one CSS property at a time. We can get only one CSS property value back. We cannot get the multiple CSS property values with the help of this CSS method. For that, we need to write another implementation or the code that we see later. I think you people have understood the jQuery CSS method, how it is used to set and get the CSS styles or properties. For this video tutorial, this much is enough, friends. I suggest you people to code up to here and try. In the next video tutorial, we get more information on jQuery. For more benefits and be up to date, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and don't forget to like, comment and share these videos with others so that everyone will get benefited. Keep learning, keep coding, keep sharing. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. See you in the next tutorial.